US Ambassador declared at the meeting for the operation the power of law that the Albanian government is expected to soon conclude the arrest of the big fish. Minister Xhaçka refuted the accusations from the Democratic Party that the radars which monitor Albanian borders have not been functioning. The US Ambassador Donald Lu said the sector of oil mining in Albania suffers due to corruption and bureaucracy. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Tuesday, the 7th of November 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, bringing you the day's national top stories translated into English 6 days a week. The US Ambassador Donald Lu spoke at the meeting for the operation The Power of the Law, also attended for the first time by agents of the FBI. The ambassador spoke clearly and harshly, declaring that it is expected the Albanian government concludes the arrest of the big fish in the first months of next year. We have an expression in America: free lunch doesn't exist. If the US and the EU countries are giving Albania our resources and our trust in this fight against organised crime, we expect results. We expect that this aggressive plan of the Albanian government concludes with the arrest and investigation of the big fish at the beginning of next year, and that this success continues in 2018 with SPAK and BKH, declared Ambassador Lu. The main concern of the US is the disruption of connections between the government and crime. Ambassador Donald Lu said these connections must not be denied and even mentioned specific names as examples. If you deny the connection between politics and crime, then please examine the cases of Arben Doka, Mark Throku, Gentian Muhamedi, and Elvis Roshi. The problem does not pertain solely to one political party. It's a problem which has captured Albanian politics in its entirety since the fall of communism. The US gives its word to the Albanian people to fully engage in the fight against organised crime, despite it being connected to important figures, including politicians, judges, prosecutors and prominent businessmen, stated the US ambassador. The Minister of Interior, Fatmir Jafai, guaranteed the operation to be serious and successful, thanks to the support of the task force provided by the US and the EU. I believe that the way this unit is organised, the recruitment, the training, the technical support of the international partners and the support and encouragement of the government are an absolute guarantee of the success of the operation, declared Minister Jafai. The Minister of Defence, Xhaçka, was called at the meeting of the National Security Commission to discuss the defence budget. Following the discussions, the minister debated with Democratic MPs. Minister Xhaçka refuted the accusations from the Democratic Party that the radars which monitor Albanian borders have not been functioning in order to support drug trafficking. The minister declared that the radars monitoring the aerial and marine spaces have been working effectively the whole time. Xhaçka also added that a shutdown of the radars is impossible due to the fact that the monitoring centre is assisted by NATO. The integrated system for the monitoring of marine spaces is fully functional and operational. The people who manage the system monitor the spaces 24 hours, 7 days a week. The operational centre is composed of representatives from 7 different institutions. While something may be able to escape one of them, it is not possible to escape the other 6. If there was such a situation, whoever has concrete information that the job was not done accordingly must enunciate the issue immediately to the relevant institutions, declared the Minister of Defence. However, according to the Vice Chairman of the Security Commission and Democrat MP, Flamur Noka, NATO only monitors the aerial spaces over 3,000 metres. Managing the other space is the duty of the Albanian army. Regarding the accusations that warehouses of the military are utilised by drug cultivators, the minister said that this is an attempt to disparage the armed forces and the Ministry of Defence. As far as the budget is concerned, the Minister of Defence said that it is anticipated for the military to reach a figure of 2% of the domestic output by 2024. "49 MPs from the Socialist Party have banded together to issue a request to the Constitutional Court to review the legality of the mandate for Agron Kapllanaj. The move comes a day after allegations were made by the Deputy Chair of the Socialist Party, Talon Bala, regarding the prosecution, Central Election Commission and opposition leader Lulzim Basha. In the request, the Socialist MPs asked that the court finds the decision of the CEC to be declared invalid and the mandate of Kapllanaj to be terminated. On behalf of the Socialist Party, 49 MPs from the majority have just filed a request to the Constitutional Court to find the decision of the CEC invalid and to end the mandate of Agron Kapllanaj, announced Socialist MP Clotilda Ferhati. The Socialists renewed accusations against Lulzim Basha for pressure exerted on the CEC and its chair, Clement Zaguri. It is clear to everyone that Basha behaves like a police officer and a prosecutor, though he cannot do the job of the DP secretary. Kapllanaj was sentenced to 2 years in prison and fined €200 for robbery, but Basha does not care. Basha speaks 10 times a day, claiming others are incriminated in crime, but for 3 days has nothing to say about this MP who was actually convicted of theft. Basha defended him, violating the law by pressuring the CEC. The decision by the CEC is not only illegal based on intent and reasoning, but also because of the breach of the deadline for review. Clement Zaguri deliberately did not respect the legal obligations under the decriminalisation law to review it within 10 days, the Socialists say. To this end, the Socialists refer to the law, according to which cases exceeding the deadline progress to the Assembly, where a 20% vote in favour by members of Parliament is needed for the case to be reviewed by the Constitutional Court. The Constitutional Court then reviews the information gathered through the verification process by the General Prosecution before determining whether to terminate the mandate of the Mayor from Malakastra, Agron Kapllanaj. The chair of the Socialist Movement for Integration, Monica Kryemadhi, met with the chairman of the Organisation for Small and Medium Business, Albert Nasto. The meeting was arranged following the current problems and concerns that small and medium businesses are facing lately as a result of the fiscal policies being pursued by the government. Nasto thanked the SMI chair for supporting small and medium business and appreciated the role of the SMI in the public objections against the rigid fiscal policies of the government. At the meeting, the representatives of the organisation expressed their concerns regarding the deterioration of the business climate due to the increase of local and national taxes and especially the inclusion of small business in the VAT scheme. Kryemadhi declared to support all those businesses which, in her opinion, are suffering the catastrophic consequences of the fiscal policies caused by bad governance, lack of vision and inability to aid the country's economical progress. Tens of thousands of businesses are at the edge of bankruptcy. This means tens of thousands of people will be unemployed. Small and medium businesses need support and stimulation, not fines, penalisations or tax increases. The SMI supports small and medium businesses, the pillar of the country's economy. The SMI is against increase of taxes and the inclusion of these businesses in the VAT scheme. During the following days, the SMI will listen to all the interest groups and will give concrete proposals on fiscal and economic issues, declared the chair of the SMI. Kryemadhi concluded that by emphasising the economic progress of the country, more specifically fighting poverty, improving the business climate and encouraging employment, these are the main objectives for the political agenda of the SMI. Debates took place today at the meeting of the Commission of Economics and Finance regarding the level of debt owing to the government arising from customs duties. The chairman of the Commission of Economics, Erion Brace, said that the largest custom debt of 24.5 billion lek comes from the companies operating in the oil sector. Meanwhile, the opposition argued that increasing the taxes has not increased revenue. Instead, it has only helped to increase the level of informality. Yorida Tabaku said that the increase in excise, as well as the increase of income tax, has actually brought on a decrease in revenue for the government. 6 major companies which operate in the oil sector are responsible for over half the unpaid customs duties in the country. The concern was expressed by the chairman of the Commission of Economics, Erion Brace, during the discussion on revenue for the budget of 2018. The SMI MP said that drug cultivation has negatively affected the growth of the economy. There are concerns that the country is at risk of being unable to raise the expected revenue for the budget of 2018. It seems the value of 1.5 billion lek will not be reached due to the increase of the oil price, fluctuations in exchange rates, and also the increase in excise. Albania will receive American counsel on the fiscal and contractual regimes for the mining of oil. The US Ambassador Donald Lu said that the sector of oil mining in Albania suffers due to corruption and bureaucracies, which make it difficult to attract foreign investors. Minister of Infrastructure and Energy, Damian Gjiknuri, emphasised that Albania has many resources for oil mining, but legislation for this sector must be improved. Gjiknuri also informed that soon the public enterprise Albpetrol will be privatised. The American companies have acknowledged the existence of oil and gas potential in Albania, but the legislation and the way business is conducted have made it difficult to operate in this sector. Corruption, the application of contracts and bureaucracy are serious concerns. I hope we can help Albania to address these problems, expressed Ambassador Lu. The Minister for Energy, Gjiknuri, expressed they are trying to realise a deep reform in this sector, while he emphasised the necessity to improve legislation. Very soon, the Institution of Gas and Oil will be established in the country, which will offer more information on the oil sector of Albania. That's all for our English edition this evening. My name is Alexandra. Please join me again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. On behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.